Wait, you can you hear me? It's TIMBP Live. Can you hear me? I'm fiddling with some new equipment, so apologies if things are a little bit skewed. But hello everybody, welcome back to TIMBP Live! How is the audio? I haven't been able to check it yet. I'm just kind of, I'm flying by the seat of my pants here. Flying blind, as it were. Let's adjust this a little bit. Hello, everybody. It's good to have you. So am I not loud enough? If I'm not loud enough, let me know. Because I'm genuinely operating without actual headphones that I can monitor through the camera, which I don't even know if I'm going to keep because this video quality does not look great. I'm good? Okay, cool. It's loud but a little tin canny. Please don't fiddle with the equipment, shmoosh boob. Looks dimly on that. In both volume and in general. Aw, thanks. Thanks, Jeff. It does sound like I'm far away from the mic. I'm just trying this out because, like, it's a shame. Oh, which way are we going? Which way are we going? There we go. Okay, does that sound any better? Let's see if I can fiddle with this a little bit. I don't think I can, actually. But it's good to have you guys here. Sorry, sounds better. There we go. All I had to do was just turn it up a little bit. So if I need to turn it up more, please let me know. But this is TIMBP Live. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for supporting This Is My Bourbon podcast, both on YouTube and on your normal podcast app of choice, because it is so important that you just listen to the show. I mean, genuinely, it's an important thing. Yo, General Armageddon coming in early, saying what up? What up with you, General Armageddon? Hope you have been well. We'll go through the folks who are in the chat. Starting at the very, very beginning. Hello, Dramhound. Good to see you. Cheers, crew. I hope everybody is well. Hope you are well as well. Miss MC, have fun, y'all. Feed Snuffy. See you laters. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot my daggum banners. Bill, you are in the right place. Thank you so much for being here. D's Bourbons, Mr. Darren himself. Darren, good to see you in the chat, my friend. Justin Lewis. Hi, Justin. Good to have you back for another week, man. Tony Bag of Donuts, where are you? Where am I? Where are you? I'm right here, man. I'm here. Oh, goodness gracious. You guys can see more of the hair growth now, too, that I'm not using the headphones to monitor everything. But Jeff Wack is here as well. Hello again, Whiskey Friends. Hello again to you, Jeffrey Wack. It's good to have you. Howdy, everyone from Biking Bourbon. Good to have you. It's good to see you. Did I say hi to Sugar Kitty? I don't think I did. I think I just completely skipped over you, Sugar Kitty. I am so sorry. Meow, 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 meow. Connor Kirkpatrick is here and says, cheers, y'all. Cheers to you, Connor. It's good to have you in the chat. I think that what we need to do to celebrate this momentous occasion today, seeing that somehow we manifested into existence, because Fred Minnick kind of said it before I ever really said anything about it last week on the live stream. But we are living in the timeline where there is going to be a cast strength, double-digit Maker's Mark product. Holy moly, can you believe it? I'm so excited. So we're starting out with the Maker's Mark cast strength. This is batch 2204, proof 110 even. I am excited. I have much excitement. Anyone see the top secret NATO documents that were leaked to Telegram this morning? I did not. I am on Telegram just as a means of security, but I have not seen such documents. I thought you were going to say we can see the hair because you're not using the Flow Bee anymore. Yes. I don't quite know what the Flow Bee is, but no, I mean, now that I'm not, because I'm normally wearing headphones. Normally got the headphones on. But if this holds, if everything looks okay, if everything works out all right, I'm a little concerned with the quality of the video. But if everything's okay, I'll stick with it. The focus is so weird. There's no autofocus, there's no white balance that I'm really able to... Does it really move that much? I don't know. And it also looks kind of grainy on my monitor too. I don't know. Let me know. Jen Arms, drink for me. I had to spend my money on vehicle repairs for the second month in a row. Dang, man. I am sorry to hear that. Good to have you here, though. And I think we can put to bed that you are not our dear friend Patrick Starkey. Flowbee is the at-home hair cutting thing that looked like a dustbuster, sucking your hair in and cutting it. Okay, I know what you're talking about now. I just didn't have a name associated with that particular item. So, oh dear, Maker's Mark cast strength. Do I have a bug in my whiskey already? Also, this was more of a pour than I had intended. I swear I saw a bug. I did see a bug. Yep. Goodbye, fly. Not grainy, you're in HD, at least for my vision. Thanks, Tony. Thanks, buddy. I'm taking your word for it, man. Oh, Maker's Mark cast strength. Next time you'd be saying you didn't know the name ShamWow. I do know the name ShamWow. I was definitely privy to these ShamWow commercials in the late aughts into the early teens. Of course I remember the ShamWow. Kidding me? Everyone's drinking Makers tonight. Really? Who else is drinking Makers? Donnie the Linux Cat. Hi all. Hello, Donnie. I hope that you are well. It's good to see you. I did see a bugs. Your faith is restored just because I know the name ShamWow and remember those really uncomfortable commercials that he made. And the slap chop. I remember that too. Ryan VH, cheers all, happy TIMBP Thursday. Now that's a way to talk about a day of a week. It is TIMBP Thursday indeed. I hope that you are Doing well, Ryan. Good to see you in the chat. You're drinking Dr. Pepper, Sugar Kitty. Why? What are you doing with Dr. Pepper? Chris all the way down under. Happy Easter from old Dan under. See, I can do this more with when I'm not directly hearing my microphone into my headphones. The NATO docs for the SITREP for March 1st, 2023. It shows the official combat strength and losses as reported by Ukraine to NATO. It's not pretty. Wow. Bad Axe and Bourbon are sipping makers. Nice. I'm drinking whiskeys from the pod tonight, starting with the Phoenix Blend because my innkeepers are still in the ether, and then picking in the rain. Nice. Donnie, sorry I am late. I took a nasty fall today. I'm fine, a little shook up and starting to get sore. I didn't hit my head. I just got done making dinner, moving slow. Holy crap. Donnie, I hope you're okay, man. Let us know if we can do anything. I'm so sorry to hear that. Keep us posted, please. Not just, on YouTube and whatnot, but yeah, lots of love for you in the chat too. I love makers. I would get down if I had it. Had it? I'm assuming had it, Emily. I'm willing to allow an interpretation or two here. It's nice to be off on a Friday for the first time in 14 weeks since I have been on day shift only. Oof. First time in 14 weeks. That is brutal, Chris. That is brutal. Happy you're here, though, man. Joseph Brazo, all the way in Seattle, Washington, is here amongst us, the common folks, the people. He's here with the people, ladies and gentlemen. But it's good to have you here, Joe. Only Dr. Pepper with Dr. Pepper with medications and health issues, just the way it goes. Sorry to hear that, Sugar Kitty. I hope that you get better soon, or just managing the best that you can. I know that a getting better wish is not always what people are able to take to heart. Like, it's not something that it's like, you can't just say, oh, I hope that you get better, if the getting better is something that's not like possible. So I hope you're managing okay, I think is an appropriate phrase there. Shauna Marie's here too. Hello, Shauna. Cheers, everyone. Cheers to you too, Shauna. It's good to have you. For anybody who's stopping in just now, sipping on the Maker's Mark Cast Strength 2022-04 in honor and celebration of the fact that we have seen the light from the heavens. No, I'm not talking about the saving grace of Jesus Christ himself, our Lord and Savior. I am talking about the fact that Maker's Mark is going to be putting out a double-digit aged bourbon, y'all. That's the difference here. That's what we're talking about. Jesus has his time. It's on Sunday. This is Thursday. And we're drinking bourbon. Jesus got Sunday. We got Thursday. Meds are probably permanent, just don't know. I still have a dram here and there. Understand that. Understand that, Sugar Kitty. But regardless, thank you for your support, as always. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being... I don't have a good, phrase. I don't know. Regardless, thank you all so much, too, for being here. We will get to the conversation here in just a moment. We have kind of... There we go, Sugar Kitty. I know that I have kind of shifted the method of the live stream recently And I really just appreciate that you guys have taken hold of that and enjoyed the fact that things are more, I would say, more TIMBP with the live streams than they ever have been, especially over the past year or so. So this is me trying to be more in the moment, I guess, and to actually create things with the live stream that feel much more like an extension of This Is My Bourbon podcast, as opposed to like an alternate universe version of what we do, or just, a subsidiary, I suppose. So it means a lot that you guys have spent your time and your brain power to say, you know what, Pear's had a pretty good run recently. Let's tune into the Thursday night live stream again. Means a whole heck of a lot. So we will get to our conversation topic here in just a moment. But 4-Leaf Whiskey Miss Stacy herself has shown up, and we are so glad to have you here, Stacy. Hope that you are doing well. So I'm not done yet with the makers. I'm going to put that off to the side for just a moment. But I do want to pour. Extend your fingers to the like button. Indeed. Thank you, Tony. Have I had a good run? I'd like to think I have. I could be wrong, but I like to think that I have had a good run. So that's not for me to decide, I suppose, even though I said as much or implied as much. But the past couple of weeks have been really nice with the live streams, and I feel like they've just gotten back to the heart of it all. And I really like right now not having to talk directly into a microphone. This is the first time that I've done a live stream where I haven't had a microphone right in front of my mouth since I was doing just Instagram live streams. So it's nice. It's freeing. I will say that much. I'll probably, if I wind up keeping this camera, I will. I'll get a different microphone as well, just so you can hear me a little better. I didn't mean to do this motion, but apparently there's somebody who's very happy. So, anyway. Let's talk about tonight's main topic. We are getting more and more information, especially about the expansion of wild turkey right now, which I think elicits quite a bit of conversation, especially in regard to the way that we view parent companies within bourbon, within whiskey. And, I'm not saying that what we have witnessed over the past week or so is novel, because it's not. It's just an interesting development for things within bourbon. What kind of camera do I got? I got the Zoom Q8N 4K. So this is supposed to be shooting in 4K, but like I said, there's a lot of grain, at least on my monitor. So I don't know. I like the compactness of the camera. I think I might have to adjust my lighting a little bit as well if I'm going to keep this. Some of the settings. I tell you what, I wonder if. Oh, too bright. Not good. That actually, like, darkening things up a little bit kind of helps. Am I crazy? It kind of mutes the image, but I'll mess with it. I'll mess with it. But I think this is a better image, at the very least. So, Donnie's saying, hey, everybody, I'm way behind tonight. Had to eat supper real quick. Donnie, all good, buddy. I am so sorry again to hear about the fall today. Just be good to yourself. So, let's go ahead and jump into it. Stop that. Friggin' internets. As I'm sure you are aware, we got the news this week that Campari is investing $161 million into the expansion for Wild Turkey, creating 31 additional jobs within Anderson County. Very, very cool. Can you see my mouse movement? Okay, you can't see my mouse movement. Coming from FredMinnick.com as well. Very Bill and Ted of me. In what capacity? I'm not sure I understand what you mean there, Chris. I'm sorry. So, the expansion itself is going to increase, as Fred says in his article, the current capacity from 9 million to 14 million proof gallons, which is something, of course, that would have to be implemented thanks to a new still. They will have to build... Oh, be good to yourself and each other. There we go. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, I say... Sometimes I just say things and they shoot out and I just completely forget that I've said them. So, that's why I have you guys here. And I want to talk about the new still as well, because I think that is an important part of all of this. Stacy also asking the question, is it supposed to look like a pyramid? Stacy, what you are seeing right now on screen is actually the current gift shop, or at least the gift shop that was the new, like, revamped one that had to be closed last year, I think, so that they could... I'm gonna hide that banner just so you can see me more. Not just so you can see me, but because it's in the way of some of the screen. Excuse me. So the way that this timeline kind of goes, I realize I think I might be shouting a little bit as well. I'm sorry. When I was doing live streams back behind the bar, one of the big reasons that I stopped doing that was because I realized I was projecting too much. I was trying to talk way louder than I needed to. And it was wearing me. Oops. It was wearing me out for some reason, just using all of that energy. So, I will adjust audio as I need to here. Please let me know if things are too loud, too quiet, whatever. But, so, Wild Turkey was in the middle of their kind of renaissance back in 2018, 2019. And, oh, hi, Swan. Hope you're well, buddy. And now I don't know how much of this is public knowledge. I might be sharing something that you've not heard before. If it's old information, I apologize as well. But when they were working on their expansion, they actually hired... Sorry, I'm trying to fit this onto the screen a little bit better. An architect that had just graduated from college. had just gotten their degree, just kind of gone through the whole ringer of figuring out what they were trying to do in the world. Not necessarily the most experienced, but in many ways they were able to hire somebody that they could cut a little bit of cost with. So what happened in early 20, well, I think like mid 21 to early 22, I can't remember the exact timeline, I apologize. Things started to feel uncomfortable in their gift shop, and they had an inspector come and look at it. I'm sure it wasn't their first inspector, but I do know at the very least they were concerned about things. And the inspector said, everybody needs to get out of this building right now, or we could have a major catastrophe on our hands. So they left the new gift shop in favor... Perry's not told me how his Arnott's shapes were. Oh, they were amazing. They're incredible. I'll talk about that in a second. But so in favor of leaving their new gift shop, they headed to their old gift shop, which if you've been to Wild Turkey within the past year, that is where they are currently located. That's where they're currently doing tours out of, doing tastings. Jimmy's there to sign bottles. That's their point of contact, I suppose. And so they're in the middle of a pretty major, really major renovation to fix this old gal, who is a new old gal, and make sure that it is safe for people to be in. I don't know what that is going to look like by the time that they are allowing visitors to come back to the new gift shop, but we will kind of find that out together. I want to talk a little bit more about this new expansion too. The project also entails an expansion to the waste treatment dry house process to increase processing capacity, doubling the current dry house and waste treatment output. With this investment, Campari Group will also upgrade the current barrel filling operation to handle the increased volumes. So, of course, with the implication that we are going to be seeing an increase in production, there does have to be the other side of that, which is an increase in reception from the still, from what they have been making, to the barrel. So, makes perfect sense. This investment adds to the over $300 million in operation and expansion commitments already financed by Campari since they acquired Wild Turkey 14 years ago, and comes on the heels of another significant investment announced a few months ago with the acquisition of Wilderness Trail Distillery in Danville. Now, I think that this is another point in this conversation that we need to address and we need to kind of keep in mind when we're talking about they were out of the new gift shop last year. There should not. When was that, Donnie? Like I said, my timeline's probably off, but I do know for a fact that they're still in the old house. They're supposed to be, at least. Unless I've completely misconstrued things. Which is very possible as well. So, bully. Anyway, so talking about parent companies and talking about the fact that the parent company of Wild Turkey, who has put all this money into Wild Turkey, has now bought up Wilderness Trail, as they did a few months ago, is not an insignificant portion of this conversation. why do I say that? There's a couple of reasons. The first is that it allows somebody like Wilderness Trail, who, of course, at this point in their journey, has not quite reached the heights that somebody like Wild Turkey has gotten to, and so Campari is able to elevate them, hopefully, to a higher status. Oh, you mean... Okay, Donnie. Sorry, I got you now. Yeah, the old small gift shop. That is what they're still currently using. I misunderstood. I'm sorry. So anyway, ideally, of course, they would use their influence, their money, whatever you wanna call it, to increase the visibility of a brand like Wilderness Trail. And I mean, $160 million is not exactly anything to sniff at. I mean, that's a pretty good sized amount of money that we should be talking about, and I think people should be paying attention to. I think if we're to look at the expansion of some place like Wilderness Trail, now keep in mind too, this is not a one-to-one experience necessarily, but Wilderness Trail is one of those places where every time I go there, something's a little bit different. Whether it's they're building new rick houses or the tour experience has changed, there's always kind of this room for things are evolving with Wilderness Trail. And I think what they were kind of waiting for after a while was somebody to put down the money and say, you do what you need to do. So there's a very strong possibility that we are going to be seeing something similar to, if not identical, to the situation with Wild Turkey happen to Wilderness Trail over the next few years. So there's those two kind of aspects of it. And, you know, having the money behind you as well to experiment, to take your time, to, you know, have somebody essentially just say, I believe in what it is that you're doing is so crucial. It's so important, especially to the development of a brand like this. Now, on the flip side of things, I do think that we have to start talking about, again, even though it is a fairly tired subject and one that we still, I mean, even recently have discussed with the podcast, and it's does this increase the size of and lead to the bursting of the bourbon bubble? And I think, in short, no. Because what we are seeing is an unrelenting magnetism towards brands that people have loved for a long time, and brands that people are willing to spend time with. Despite the fact that, you know, they have this new bankroll, I don't think something like Master's Keep could have been at Master's Keep? Yeah, they're all called Master's Keep, right? Yeah, sorry. Brain completely froze up there for a second. Something like Master's Keep wouldn't have happened. Wouldn't have been a possibility, because people would have seen it and just gone, I can't spend that kind of money, but, you know, there is a staying power, and there is an encouragement from big money to expand and elevate your brand as well. So all of this kind of going back to say that, of course, there is still the opportunity for this to be another needle poking further into the ever-expanding bubble that is the bourbon community, bourbon industry. But I gotta be honest with you, I don't think that this is the thing that's gonna burst it. I don't think it's gonna pop it. Mainly because I have a lot of faith in the people who are running this company on a day-to-day basis. But also because this is just more of what people already love. This isn't somebody coming in and saying, hey, I've got this 2-year-old bourbon that was finished with, I don't freaking know, pine needles for 3 months, and you're not going to believe the flavor profile. Yeah, you're right. I'm not going to believe how much I hate it. But the point is, it's more of a good thing. I understand the criticism of that notion, but I also understand that things are trending in the right direction for bourbons that people adore. It makes sense. It makes perfect sense that Wild Turkey is doing something like this. Now, I also... TIMBP Scoop, or TIMBP exclusive. This is my Bourbon Podcast Live exclusive. This is not something that is happening in a vacuum either. Companies are acknowledging the fact that they need to expand and that they need to continue developing. And so, a little birdie told me, and this is, I mean, I have not seen this anywhere else, but we're about to see a very similar, if not identical, scenario happening with Jack Daniels over the next 6 months to a year. I can't, of course, reveal sources or any too much more information, but multi-million dollars. Multi-million going into the expansion of Jack Daniels. They have been expanding over the past couple of years. This is kind of their next phase for it. I am assuming that they are going to be building new stills, new rick houses, just allowing themselves the chance to create more of what people truly, truly love. But you heard it here first. Breaking news, I suppose. Jack Daniels is next. So, it was not... I will confirm it was not Grease who told me such things. And that's the last time that I'm going to say whether or not it was somebody. All other answers will be unacknowledged. So, if we're talking about good expansion within bourbon, I think that this is a really solid indicator of good expansion. I think this is a really... it was... All right, this is the only other one I'll say. It was not Will. The podcast were not the sources for this information. Regardless. I'm not saying that new brands, new opportunities to try something that you might fall in love with are a bad thing by any means. But I think that when you take something like this that is a proven commodity within the market, it makes sense. It makes sense. I don't think that this is putting us on track to things disseminating, at the very least. So that's where I stand with that. Let's get caught up on chat here real quick. Marty from Whiskey Nose says, cheers, everyone. Oh, no. It's good to see you. Also, Joe Brazo. The new distiller will only make Long Branch. Boy, howdy. Wouldn't that be something? That's a snuffy chat. If you have no idea what we're talking about, you can do that through our... What is this random number that just texted me? Oh. New, our lawnmower. Yeah, if you want to support the show through Snuffy Chats, directly goes to feed the main man himself, the patron saint of TIMBP Live, Mr. Snuffleupagus back there. He's got Spider-Man next to him. He's got a little Rhett and Link action nearby. Deadpool, Morbius, and Ray and Finn are back there too. You can head to the Stream Elements link in the description below. It's a great way. It's just like super chatting, but you do so through a different link. Everything goes directly to... There's no, like, weird cut that happens with YouTube or anything. But I also don't... I'm not at the point where I could, you know, make it a viable option with YouTube. PT Man 20, Perry is the best. 3 cheers for Perry. Woohoo! PT Man, it is good to see you. I hope you have been well. It's been a minute since we chatted, but just good to see you. Will Wild Turkey expand with the overpriced releases like Single Rickhouse Generations and Master's Keep? Expand with the overpriced releases. See, I think that's kind of a loaded question, Tony, just in terms of, like, the implications that Wild Turkey is, and I'm not saying I disagree with this standpoint, especially because, I mean, I've tried some of these products. I've tried some of the items that have come out that a lot of people have said are overpriced. I don't know particularly how to answer that question, though. Will they expand with the overpriced releases? More volume? Not immediately. I think they have to hit their bottom line. They have to hit their KPI or whatever. Before they can truly consider throwing, you know, particular barrels into the, you know, these wider, more expensive releases. I kind of lost the sentence along the way there. I'm not sure if you noticed or not. But my brain just kind of stopped working halfway through that statement. So, short answer is no. Long answer is no, but maybe. That's it. Oh, Marty with the hip hip hooray. Thank you, Marty. Jeff says, just opened a 48 Kelvin 5. Oh my. I would love to try some of that. Don Nishida all the way in Hawaii. Hello, Don. Good to see you. Going to see you in about a month and a half at TIMBP Weekend happening here in Lexington. Tickets are live for that. Should be a link in the description. If there's not at the moment, they will be there shortly hereafter, I would say. We have limited distribution here, but when I walk into a liquor bar and Total Wine on the mainland, I'm amazed at the number of different labels in the Bourbon/RYE aisles as opposed to 5 years ago. Faux show. Mash that like button, click subscribe, and ring that bell and choose all so you get notifications and you don't miss a thing. Thank you, Donnie, for cluing people in. And Tony's clarification on the question earlier. I suppose I meant, will we be seeing more of them instead of affordable releases that we're used to? I don't think it's a this or that scenario. I understand what you're kind of where you're coming from with that mindset, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure that we're gonna stop seeing multitudes of Turkey 101 in favor of single rickhouse releases or something like that. So. Just my thinking. All right, before we get to the review, which very excited about. I want to try to fix this camera a little bit now that I've kind of changed up some of the filters. I'm extremely jaundiced. The biggest concern I have with this camera is that there's no like white balance correction. Why is that contrast filter so weird? I don't know. I think that fixed it a little bit. Emily's headed out. Catch y'all later. #Snuffy Squad. Thanks for being here, Emily. Good to have you. The way things are right now, I'm expecting to see a light whiskey finished with pancake syrup, chocolate, and malt adjuncts next time I got to the store for $125. Just endearing. Hey Perry, it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to. Drinking on Elijah Craig 11-year-old pick. Justin, it is so good to have you back in the chat, my man. I hope you have been well. It's good to have friends, old, new, returning, coming into TIMBP Live and hanging out with me on these Thursday night streams. All right. Now, I could be wrong, because we do a lot of reviews here on the show, or at least on This Is My Bourbon podcast, but I believe that we reviewed and the more that I say it out loud, the more I am inclined to Donnie, absolutely. Yes, please do. But we reviewed the Pokey in Kentucky. Okay, Pokey. Pop Ritter's here. Sorry I'm late, but it's been a day. Pop Ritter, there's still plenty of show to see. You're here. It's good to have you. I love you. I hope things get better. I started sounding like Barack Obama. Hope things get better. Hope that you start improving on your day. It was the perfect cadence to imitate a former president. It's a bad. Should I not do that? I don't know. Should I not do that? I don't know. Anyway, so we reviewed the wheated version of this product, and I saw it on the shelf this afternoon as I was scrambling to find something that could be I don't know, different, I suppose. But it is the Bardstown Bourbon Company Origin Series Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This is the rye bourbon, 6 years old, 60% corn, 36% rye, and 4% malted barley, 96 proof. I am very excited to get into this one. Yes, we did do... Ooh, America. Haven't had this yet, either. We did do the wheated bourbon on a main podcast episode. a little while ago, but have not gotten to the rye bourbon version of this. So... cracking open Perry's bedroom door to check that he hasn't been naughty. In YouTube chat form. Yeah. Of course, this is from Bardstown Bourbon Company. This is their own distillate, distilled in the fall of 2016. I hadn't even started the podcast yet when this was distilled. I mean, I got married in 2016. Crazy, man. Crazy. The Whiskey Saint. Hello, Darrell. Good to see you. Cheers, y'all. Cheers to you, brother. Hope you have been well. Good to have you along for the ride tonight. I'm so excited to get into this. I hope you all are too. I'm going to throw that banner back up. If you want to support the show, of course, through Snuffy Chats, Stream Elements, or just do it directly through PayPal, Venmo, whatever. I'll call it out. If you do it through Stream Elements, though, your message gets shown right up here on the screen. Why is my finger not knowing where to go? It's right here. Right here, see? This is right here. I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm looking at a screen that I shouldn't be. It should be this one. Should be looking at the one that's right there. Had them both in NOLA and honestly preferred the Weeder, which for me is outrageous, and that Virginia Barrel Rye, totally fab. I am just remembering, actually. Yay! I got a sample of the 6-year Weeder. Boy, howdy, if that is not if that's not just a genuine moment of serendipity. That's a good whistle. See y'all next time. It always goes towards Herbert the Pervert. Here's the Pink Boy. Haven't seen him in a few days. Hoping to bring me some good news. Terrific stuff. Alright, so I forgot that I had a sample until right now of the 6-year wheated bourbon. Your Herbert is frighteningly spot on. Sometimes you just gotta lean into it, if you know what I mean. What Will from the podcast does with Winnie the Pooh, I do with Herbert the Pervert. That didn't come out right at all. Don't take that out of context, please. But Eric left me a little sample of the 6-year wheated bourbon. So I'm going to compare it to the 6-year rye bourbon. Whoa! The 6-year Weeder smells very farmy. I raised you better. I love you, Dad. I want a popsicle so badly right now. I got some popsicles in the freezer. It's your favorite. I can't remember that quote exactly. It's your favorite flavor. I don't know. You gotta have the whistle. Ah, Herbert bag of donuts. I got some popsicles down in the cellar. Call me. That's what it is. That's the quote. I got some popsicles down in the cellar. Call me. There's a context with that? Not particularly. Thank you for the snuffy chat, though, Tony Bag of Donuts. Or Herbert Bag of Donuts. Hoping the Paperboy brings you some good news. If I don't hit it the first time, I gotta, like, it afterwards, so somebody, you know, if you edit, do weird, like, fan edits of the pod. I don't know, whatever. Alright. We're gonna sip on the wheated bourbon first, because I've had it before. Oh! Very sorry. Oh, it's like a basket of wild cherries. Very woody, very cedary. The cherries are so present. Ah, man. Something's like rattling out here. We having an earthquake? Things don't normally rattle out here. I don't know. Oh. I mean, they smell significantly different. But not without, again, and I keep kind of going back to this this metaphor of, like, a skeletal structure. Like, there's all focus. I know. I'm sorry. Of, like, having a backbone to of similarity between and I think it does. But I'm clearly seeing there's an upfront boldness on the nose with the rye bourbon that the wheated bourbon doesn't have. I know that that's just kind of how it goes. I get it. I'm not trying to, like, reinvent the wheel here or anything. But as far as, like, the corn goes, very similar between the two. You can definitely tell as well that the malted barley does come from the same family as well. So, I am so excited. I am so excited for this bourbon, despite what Joseph Brazo might say. Ah! Cheers, everybody. It's like grape Kool-Aid. That's just straight up grape Kool-Aid. The oak really starts to come through on the back end of the palate, which I like. I don't mind that. But up front, it's so one note. It's just kind of like there. Yeah, it's good though. I like it. I think I just like the wheated bourbon a little bit more, Joseph Brazo. Oh, it's good though. Oh, it's good. Nice, like, subtle spice throughout. Quite a bit of cinnamon. Almost like if you dipped in a green apple candy sucker with caramel on it into some cinnamon. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's a yay for me. Go get this. if you can. I picked it up for $65. So, right on the money. All right, guys, I love you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. You had about 300 pours that weekend? Makes sense. It has been a great TIMBP Live. As always, I appreciate your support. Appreciate y'all just being here. That's what matters. And if you've been watching on the replay or listening to the audio version of this, much love. See you guys next time. Until then, I'm Perry, and this is TIMBP Live.